After seeing that monster, Collins was shaking uncontrollably. He ran to his friend's house, where he now stayed. He burst in and told them everything, every single detail. They stared at him. Then one of them sighed. Collins, I think you need help. They believed his obsession with Amanda had finally damaged his mind. They even suspected he had been stalking her. Not one of them believed a word. Angry, hot, and frustrated, Collins stormed into his room. Then suddenly he remembered something, an old book, a strange book he once read about ancient monsters that enter the human world, marry young women, and then disappear with them forever. No one ever sees the bride again. Most people who read the book believe it was just folklore, just a story. But what if it wasn't? Collins searched desperately and found the book. He began flipping through the pages. His hands were sweating. Then suddenly he saw it. A picture. A monster that looked exactly like what he saw at the mall. Exactly. He screamed and threw the book across the room. His friends rushed in. He tried to explain everything. This time, they were angry. They had had enough. We would call the doctor if this happens again, they said. It's like you need help. Collins was devastated. Imagine knowing the truth and nobody believes you. That night, he laid on his bed, staring at the ceiling. The next morning, he made a decision. He was going to stop Amanda. Yes, he had once been obsessed with her, but not anymore. He had learned his lesson, and despite everything, he wasn't wicked. He wasn't going to let her disappear forever. Even if she hated him, even if nobody believed him. He went to her house, slowly and quietly, praying he wouldn't meet the strange man again. Inside, he saw Amanda and her parents sitting together. He sighed in relief. But the relief didn't last long. Her mother shouted, "What are you doing here?" Collins began explaining everything, showing them the book, the pictures, the proof. They started laughing and laughing as if he was telling a joke. Collins snapped. "It's not funny," he shouted. "If she doesn't stop seeing this man, she's going to die or disappear forever." They couldn't take it anymore. They called the police. When the police arrived, Collins tried desperately to explain, but they looked at him the way people looked at someone who has lost their mind. They dragged him out, but they didn't take him to the station. They took him to a psychiatric hospital and they forced him inside. He kept shouting, "I'm not crazy. I know what I saw." Some of the staff laughed. One of them mocked him, "A red demon that looks like a bull but walks like a human. There's nothing we don't hear in this job." After some time, Collins realized something painful. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he wouldn't believe it either. So he stopped arguing. He acted calm, normal. 2 weeks later, he was discharged. His friends came to pick him up, believing he was finally okay. But the truth, he had been telling the truth all along. He just chose silence now. And then the wedding day arrived, the most talked about day in town. It was an open invitation. Anyone could attend. There would be gifts, money, celebration. People were excited. Even Colin's friends secretly planned to go. They didn't tell him because they didn't want to hurt him by attending his ex-wedding. That morning, they dressed up quickly. But before leaving, Collins asked, "Where are you going?" But they were quiet. He already knew. They were going to the wedding. He was disappointed, but he didn't stop them. After they left, he laid on his bed. Then suddenly, he remembered he never finished reading that book. So he grabbed it again. And what he read next made his blood run cold. The wedding must be open. There must be exactly 3,000 guests. And when the groom is told to kiss the bride, he will transform into his original form. All 3,000 guests will be doomed. Their souls will add 3,000 years to the monster's lifespan. And immediately after, he will disappear with his bride. Colin's hands trembled. The book fell to the floor. This means it wasn't just Amanda in danger, it was everyone, his friends, the entire crowd. He ran as fast as he could. Back at the wedding hall, it was filled to the brim. There were laughters, music, joy. The wedding everyone had been waiting for. And now it was time. The priest smiled. You may kiss the bride. The crowd leaned forward eagerly. And then it happened. The groom transformed. Red, massive, horned. The same monster Colin saw. The hall erupted in scream. People tried to run, but it was too late. One by one, they turned to stone, right there, frozen in terror. 3,000 souls, gone in seconds. The monster leaned forward, kissed Amanda, and vanished. At that exact moment, Collins arrived, but it was too late. The hall was dead silent, filled with stone statues, including his friends. And that was the moment Collins realized being right doesn't always mean you can change fate.